What's up, everybody? This is Joe and you're watching Ink&Iron. Today we're going to go over the most carried knives, my top 5 carried knives of 2019. So we're going to go to my desk, take a look at those knives and a couple of honorable mentions. Spoiler alert. Yeah, let's do it. And here we are with my top 5 most used knives of 2019. So, no particular order here. I have used all of these knives extensively this year. I put a cloth down just to prevent that sort of clattering sound that I usually get in my videos. Let me know if you like it. Alright, on the left here, and if you're noticing a pattern, yeah, I'm seeing it too. So here's the CRKT Journey. This is designed by Liang Ma. I actually carried this a surprising amount this year. I'm not usually one for like black handle, black wash blade, kind of basic finishings. However, I do like this design. I think it cuts pretty well. It is very affordable, and I would recommend this knife to a lot of people. This basic handle shape really makes it quite comfortable to cut with. I do tend to like a thicker handle, so this works for me. And the G10 isn't too aggressive. Not super functional jimping, but honestly, the way this feels in the hand makes up for that. I do wish it were curved down rather than swept up. Ooh, jeez. Almost caught my nail there. I do wish it were curved down, but yeah, that's just how Liang Ma designed it. And you know what? I'm fine with it. Use this knife a lot. Okay. We have the Paramilitary 2. Big surprise. I know you're on YouTube watching knife videos thinking, oh, I can't believe someone's carrying a Paramilitary 2. I know, pretty basic. Well, mine's a little bit different. I did put in a sort of subtle wave feature. Took out a little portion here as a sharpening choil, and you'll notice there is no logo on this blade. That is because I reprofiled the primary grind. So it's actually a little bit thinner, and I went ahead and rounded the edge off just to make it a little bit more comfortable to do this kind of thing where you choke up and put your finger on there. Anyway, this knife and this knife in particular in the S110V I have carried a whole lot. Love these blurple scales. Currently trying out a tip down configuration. It's going better than I thought. Look for a discussion about tip down carry in a future video. Alright, so that's number 2. Number 3, this is the Spyderco Caribbean. This is a saltwater and corrosion resistant knife made of LC200N steel, titanium pocket clip, and I custom dyed these scales myself. This is a factory second, which I think you can see somewhere. There's the notch right on that right side there. You can see it. So this was a customer return. It was basically perfectly functioning. There was a tiny chip in the blade like right here, apparently from the lanyard hole, or yeah, I think so. You can see how close it gets. I guess it must have extended too far and smacked it. Anyway, I sharpened that out within like 10 or 15 minutes, and this knife was basically as good as getting it direct from the factory at full price. So yeah, I have used this a lot. It isn't the smoothest knife. You can see it hesitates to close, which is kind of weird for a compression lock in my experience. Maybe future versions will have like a bushing on the pivot to fix that. But overall, it's a really great knife. Pretty large, pretty hand-filling, but you know my deal. That's what I tend to go for. I did put a sharpening choil on this as well. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, you've probably seen this. This is my custom dyed Native 5 Salt. The handle was originally this yellow color, so I added this gradient that goes to a very true red at the end, yellow at the other, and a nice like orange fade in the middle. I really like how this turned out. I do have the entire video of me dyeing this if you want to see the process, just in case you want to do it yourself. This is also corrosion resistant LC200N steel. It is a lockback, and I really like loaning this knife to people because it's very obvious like how to open it with the hole, how to close it with the back lock. It's dead simple. With this deep carry clip on here, it's wonderful to carry. I take this to work all the time, especially because I work in a place that's really sticky, so I tend to clean things with like isopropyl alcohol all the time, and so I can like rinse this with alcohol and then like blow it out with an air compressor, and it's perfectly clean and good to go, which is super nice. All right, I have cut tons of stuff with that this year. All right, and here we go, another CRKT big surprise, the LCK. I got this 2 years ago, I guess, at this point, and I really like this knife. The hollow grind and the sort of long sweeping belly make it super slicey. It does have a nice piercing tip there if you're trying to open packages or boxes or whatever. You can see I kind of have some gunk on the blade, and that's just because I use it quite extensively. Excuse me. It is a plastic handle. It's sort of a budget knife. However, the like feel of it and the centering and just the like action on it, it's a very high value knife. If you are looking for like a first knife or a gift knife, the CRKT LCK from their collaboration with Ruger, this is the way to go. Definitely get this for yourself or for somebody. Get it in your life in some way, because it's very affordable and it's very much worth it. Okay, and I do have a couple of honorable mentions to add here. First off, not a Spyderco or CRKT. This is the Real Steel H6S1, I believe is the proper name for this. This is 14C28N steel, brown G10 on the handles and brown G10 on the thumb studs. We have a stainless steel frame lock with a sort of rotolock type device, so you actually can't unlock this knife when this is engaged. I have put this knife through several pieces of wood, like batoning, and it's held up. I did resharpen it a couple months ago, I think. Carried this some during the summer, and so I just wanted to mention it because this is super comfortable in the hand, and these are my favorite thumb studs of all time. The G10 thumb studs. I don't know why more people aren't doing that. So there you go, Real Steel H6S1. That's another knife that's worth your while if you're shopping around. And a second honorary mention, this is the Spyderco Manbug. Oh yeah, you can see all that tape residue. I carried this at my job before I got promoted. I didn't want to intimidate people, so I carried this very tiny knife. You can see it's very small. This is, what is this? Steel Vitoku 2 in an SUS 410 outer here. So this is a laminated steel. You can probably see that line slightly where the hard steel emerges from the soft steel on the exterior. And I'm just giving this an honorable mention because this knife stays sharp for a long time, as long as you keep it clean, of course. And I happened to throw on this pocket clip I had lying around, and this made this so much more carryable. I don't tend to have sort of a watch pocket on my pants like for work, so this has to go in my pocket, and this clip makes it possible. And that little bit extra to kind of grab with the pinky sometimes is reassuring. It feels like I have a full handle, even though my blade's only like, you know, 1.5 inches, 30 millimeters roughly. All right, and that is everything for this video. Of course, these aren't the only knives I carried this year, but these probably saw the most action. And it'll be interesting to compare this to next year. All right, you've been watching Ink&Iron, and I have been Joe. It's been a great year. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, if you didn't like it, dislike and tell me why in the comments. I do appreciate all the feedback. It's been quite helpful. All right. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you have the first day of the year off, as I do, for some reason. I don't really know why it's a holiday, but I'll take it. All right. I will see y'all later. Catch you on the next video.